Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ham Radio Basics Live, Season 2, Episode 4, Ham Radio News and Updates 2/28, 2024. Welcome to Cooley. Glad to see you. Okay, that's good. Okay, hope you have a chance to do that, Cooley. Great. And Dr. Ted is in the house. Dr. Ted, welcome. It's great to see you. Join me for my other live show. That's absolutely fantastic. It's good to see you. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Gonna have some updates here. One of the first things I kind of wanted to talk about is one of my videos, and it's gaining some traction, and I invite you guys to take a look at it. I took some time for me to actually put this together. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, it's the ICOM IC705 Go Bag setup and demo. Definitely want to check this out. It took some time for me to get the bag together, to get all the components together. And again, I want to thank T.O. Steve from Temporarily Offline as the inspiration. He actually has that bag as well. But I added some of my own flavors to it, and I really like it. And I mean, it's complete. It even I have an NFED half-wave MFJ in there. I have an MAT30 tuner in there. I have the regular battery that I use from Bioeno, and I also just bought, and I have a new video coming up. I bought a BP307 battery, which is an extended life battery directly for the 705. And the nice thing about those batteries, they're interchangeable with like the ID51 and ID52 by ICOM. So when you get a chance, please do check this video out. I really put some effort into it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another series of videos with this, or I'm going to continue this video. We're going to take the go bag. We're going to go out, not necessarily do POTA because I don't have any state parks by me, but we'll go outside and we'll set it up and we'll actually, make some contacts. So stay tuned for that. Also stay tuned for, I'm going to put together, and I was really fascinated. The Gigaparts has, I think it's called an Explorer bag. And they also have a bag that will fit the ICOM IC7300. So I'm strongly considering the idea of making a go bag for the IC7300. So stand by for that. Sounds good. Dr. Ted, yeah, it's a good video. I think you'll really, really like it. With the 705, I got a POV cage for it, and it surrounds it perfectly. I don't have any fear of dropping it or anything and getting it messed up because it really protects it well. I'm really, really pleased with that. So, but when you get a chance, please do go ahead and check this video out here. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and, another item of note, and you'll see some updates on it as well. You guys know that I've started another channel called Tundra Nation Basics. That's actually gaining some traction. Got over 100 subscribers to it already. I have 2 real videos out, I think 2. And I have at least 3 shorts that are out right now, and I'm getting 2,000-3,000 views on those. So getting some traction, getting some positive comments on that. So when you get a chance to, please make sure you subscribe and watch some of the content out there. I'm having a lot of fun with that, and I'm really enjoying my new truck, and you're going to see a lot of content coming out on that. I'm going to have a monthly live show on that. I'm going to be talking to some of the other auto experts, truck experts, other channels. We're going to bring them on and do some updates on that. And of course, any type of breaking news. Well, the first video I released was that there's a recall for the Tundra, and it's out on the channel. And I wanted to make everybody aware of that. Okay. All right. We're ready to go here. How about that? Believe it or not, we're actually ready to go here. And go ahead and share my screen. All right. Okay. Now this ham paired the infamous FT891 with an FT50 tuner, and everybody I've talked to has said that the FT50 tuner is flawless and it works great. And the FT891 is a great radio. You could use it at home if you want to. I know it's a lot of people's choices for doing POTA out there. I know Michael Martins uses that exclusively out there. And, a lot of people are afraid of the FT 891. And one of the things that I wanted to say with that is because of the menu system, and Yaesu's menu system is it does take some getting used to. But with the FT891, and I've talked to a number of people, a lot of the times when you get things, having to go deep in some of the menus, that's when you're initially doing the setup of the radio. And once you get things set up, very rarely do you have to go that deep into the menu system. Usually it's very lightly on the service, and those nifty guides that they sell at DX Engineering and HRO and Gigaparts really come in handy for things like that. So more on that later. But yeah, that's a great video right there. Okay, and of course, right here is a video from our friends at Ham Radio Prep. Now I did spend quite a bit of time talking with James and the good folks and the professor there as well too. He has a great crew of people there, and one of the things that I offered on my drone channel last night was, we talked a little bit about what happened last week with the outage with AT&T, and I'm going to get to that here in a little bit. But one of the things that I offered out there is, if anyone's interested in getting their technician license, obviously, and I explained to them what a technician license does. It basically allows you access to be able to use an HT, and especially in terms of an emergency communication situation, you'd be able to hit repeaters and so forth. And if cell phone lines are down, and I told anybody who wants to do that, I'll pay for that course from Ham Radio Prep. So more business for James. James just does a fantastic job. He has great people working for him. If you know somebody that wants to get into ham radio, this is the best way to do it by far. Highly, highly recommend them. I can't say that enough here. Now I found this very funny. Jason posted this up here. Imagine being a grown man and having a Facebook page. Imagine. In Jason's response, I don't have to imagine. I did it and people like it. Having a YouTube channel isn't about me. It's about the audience. And a good comeback by Jason on that. That's one of the things, no matter what, subject you're covering, and I have 3 channels here: ham radio, drones, and also the Tundra Nation Basics channel. You have naysayers out there, you have trolls out there, and having to deal with them. And kudos to Jason, and kudos to a lot of people, because they don't walk with them, they don't play their game. That they address it and move on. And kudos to Jason for that. Now, this video, I did post this here because, and I got a great response from Maria's Ham Shack. DJI is proposing, Congress is proposing a ban of all DJI drones here in the United States, and it's passed, I think, a subcommittee or two, and it's actually a long ways away from becoming a law. So, and there's a lot of what I will call fear-mongering by other content creators regarding this. It's going to take a long time before anything like this, if ever, passes. And quite frankly, I don't see this passing. I really don't. I just wanted to make you guys aware of this. And Rita had a good point here. I would have less of a problem with this if Skydio and other U.S. manufacturers didn't stop making consumer drones. Let's face it, it's more about clearing the skies for commercial autonomous drones than it is about national security. And my response back to Ria was, for Skydio, their consumer drones were not profitable for them, but their enterprise drones are. You make an excellent point about commercial autonomous drones. Their lobbyists are pushing both sides of the aisle big time, and they are. And that's a big reason why they're trying to do this. It has nothing to do with national security. I think it has everything to do with companies like Amazon and UPS and FedEx and so forth. So, but stay tuned to that. Okay. And this is from ICOM. And I gotta close it up to read that. Do you overland with a ham radio? Share us your overland radio setup and follow a gentleman on Instagram for the love of ham radio. And they're asking for people to go ahead and do that. Now, here's another great video from Walt, and he does it on easy portable with ham stick antennas. And Walt is just, he's a jack of all trades. And when it comes to mastering antennas especially, Walt does it, and he's great at improvising, great at putting things together, and great at making things work. So, and he's very good at getting resonant antennas, and definitely want to check this video out. He does a fantastic job. And Rhea makes a great point here. For the love of ham radio, if you're using repeaters or other infrastructure, you are not immune to outages. This is why you need to protect or practice using non-repeater comms like VHF, UHF simplex, or HF, SSB, CW Digi. That said, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So that's a great point, because a lot of people think, oh, I have an HT, I'm fine, I can hit a repeater, and that's always not necessarily true. Repeaters can and do go down. So especially in times of a disaster. So, and this is on my Tundra Nation Basics channel. This item right here, where I'm highlighting right here. Hey, Chris, welcome. Good to see you. Glad you stopped by. You push on the side right here, the tailgate goes down. I thought that's a fantastic feature. Bob put out a great video here. HOA ham, emergency communications antenna redundancy for amateur radio preparedness. 2 is 1. And I don't remember the rest of the title, but you definitely want to watch this. Bob does such a fantastic job with preparedness, and what he does is he bought the Chameleon sling bag that I've recently bought to transfer my MPass 2.0 over to that. And by the way, I'm going to be giving away the original bag that came with the MPass 2.0. I'm going to have a giveaway probably in a few weeks. I have a number of items that I've collected that I would love to be able to share with you guys. But he does a great video on this and showing he really does a great job at protecting his antennas. Not a lot of people, give a whole lot of thought to doing that, and it's really pleasing to see that, because I'm of the same nature as Bob. I like to protect things and make sure that, when I'm putting things away, that they don't scratch, because let's face it, metal comes in contact with metal, things can scratch. He's bought a lot of covers for his antennas to even put in the bag itself. You definitely want to check out this video, and Bob always puts a lot of links in there as well too, so you guys can go ahead and check that out and purchase these things. They're out on Amazon. Now, Chameleon also, they also sell Biono batteries, and right now they have a sale on a BLF 1209 WS kit, 12 volt, 9 amp hour lithium phosphate battery with charger. And that is a great deal from them. So you definitely want to go and check that out. Let me go ahead and open that link up. I know you can't see this, but I'm trying to get, okay. Currently, right now, it was normally $115. It is on sale for $85. So that would be something I would highly recommend that you'd want to check out. Discovering the best HF multi-band wire antenna system, part 1. And this was from a discussion at Hamcation, and it's a very interesting video. I highly recommend that you watch it. You can definitely learn a lot about this. And, anytime, to me, I'm always, ham radio is always, for me, a knowledge and process, and, gaining new knowledge every day, even with people that have had years of experience. It's always great. And that's a great thing about our hobby, is you're constantly learning. And I think that's one thing right here. That's what these videos are fantastic for. I'm always looking for new ways, especially for HF, because I'm very interested. I love doing QRP. I love being able to find new ways to be able to set up HF antennas and find out, about things and learn about things. So this is definitely, I would definitely bookmark this and come back, watch this, and then part 2 as well too. The biggest solar flare yet, shooting blanks, Space Weather News 24. Okay. Okay. And I'm sorry, her name escapes me. I'm sorry. She's fantastic. Okay. She gives solar weather updates, And a lot of people were under the misconception. This is one of the parts that I wanted to talk about. A lot of people are under the misconception that the solar eruption, the solar flare, caused the outages for AT&T. That had nothing to do with that. Okay, multiple people have come out and said that. There was a weather forecaster in Oklahoma, I believe, that initially came out and said that, and then he retracted that statement. But it caused a lot of stir and a panic. And one of the things that I wanted to pass on is, again, there is absolutely no, it had nothing, one had nothing to do with the other. I wanted to go ahead and make that clear. That's why I posted that video up there as well, too. Okay. Now, this is a great video by Frank, WCOO, I think is his handle. It's on the IC705 battery. Now, when I got my BP307 battery for the 705, and I'm going to be doing a video on that. There's a way that you can change that to read instead of the BP272 that comes with it, the BP307. You have to go into the settings menu. Frank shows that on here, and that's going to be part of a video that I'm going to do to talk about the two internal batteries, for lack of a better term, for the IC705. I'm going to be having a video coming up on that. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming up. Yeah, Tamitha. Yeah, thank you, Prep Ham Paul. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I always forget her name. I don't know why. I always forget her name. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. All right. Now, of course, I have to share a latest picture of my two granddaughters. That is Addie right here. She just turned 1 in December. And that is Ellie. She's going to be 5 in July, and it's scaring the daylights out of me because she's growing up too quick. These two are an absolute joy and delight. We spent some time with them over the Christmas holiday. Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. Just a great, great, great time. See right now, here's an updated look at the visible solar disk on Monday, including a magnetic layout of a big sunspot region 3590. Full update via solarham.com. And I like to keep you guys updated on this. So, and that's why that's one of the things. That's why I retweet a lot of stuff, because I want you guys to be able to find if there's something good and interesting that's going to pertain to you guys. I want to make sure to bring it up on the channel so you guys have that. So thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Tamis is very good. I'm going to try to maybe get her on the show. I think you guys would really enjoy talking. I know I would enjoy talking to her too, to find out a lot about it, because that's the weather that affects our hobby the most. Now, this is a great video. It's a teardown of the new Kenwood THD 75A. It is kind of lengthy, but I think it's Don Arnold that does it. He takes it apart, shows you everything, and then puts it back together again, and it works at the end. I would do that. Look out. That wouldn't happen. But this is a great video. It shows you a lot of the internal components of the radio. I would, if you're interested in it, it's just something that I would definitely recommend. Now, here's our good friend Mike, and absolutely, I loved having Mike on the show. He's fantastic. Every time I see a picture of Mike, you're out there doing another POTA. You just absolutely amaze me, my friend. On your way to work or on your way home from work, and look what's up on his dash, a 705, and he's making contacts out there. So, Mike's a great guy. I'm looking forward to him. And I think, Mike, if I'm right, you can comment later, because I know you're not available right now. But I think you're going to go ahead and be at Hamvention. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you. And you definitely want to subscribe to Mike's channel if you haven't already. Okay, and this was for my drone show for last night. And this was a video I did. I used my drone to fly around my new truck, and it gave an incredible perspective. It's on my drone channel, and I'm going to be putting it out on my Tundra Nation Basics channel as well too. And here's our good friend Hayden. TID radio, TDH3, better than a Baofeng. It's a brand new radio. And I got to say this, Hayden's right. I was impressed with the TID radio that they sent me to test. It's the second generation. It did incredibly well in my testing. I was very pleased with it. Good signal strength, good wattage output. Very, very impressed with it. Solid radio. It works. And one of the things that really impressed me was the ability to be able to download repeaters via Bluetooth. That was fantastic. Don't have to hook it up to a PC. Nothing. Boom, and it downloaded in there through your smartphone, of course. And that absolutely was fantastic. But you definitely want to check this out. Hayden's a good guy. Got some interesting stickers you can see right here. I had 3 blank spots in my Tundra for options that don't exist. But there's a company on Amazon that sells stickers, and I bought a pack of stickers, shields, eject, and missiles. So, and I have more stickers, and I have some blank spots on the other side down by the where my left knee is. So I'm going to be using some more of them as well. But I thought these are kind of humorous. I showed them to my wife, and she got a pretty good kick out of that. And here's the ad for tonight's show. Now, what to do when the cell phones go down? I think this. You fire up ham and CB radios. Yeah, Casey. I think this is Josh, one of his videos, and he does a fantastic job on this. Absolutely fantastic job. And that's one of the things. That's one of the reasons why I got into ham radio in the first place. Yeah, prep ham, Paul. Down in the description of this video is going to be my link to Tundra Nation Basics. You definitely want to bookmark that because I'm going to be doing a lot. We're going to be doing going over a lot of the basics of the Tundra. So please definitely go ahead and subscribe to that and be on the lookout for some videos. And if you can think of any videos that you would like to see, let me know. And here, what I'm going to do is I have. There's my email address, tundranationbasics@gmail.com. And that goes for any of you guys. You know my ham radio basics at gmail.com, tundranationbasics@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of me regarding truck related stuff, definitely that's a good place to go. And let me see if I could go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can drop the link for my other channel. Hang on a second here. And well, lo and behold, it's actually been coming up. And the reason it's been coming up is I've been all right. Well, I'm gonna go. Thank you, Prep Ham Paul. Appreciate that. And here's a link for those of you who want to find it. I dropped the link in the chat so you guys can go ahead and have that here. So let's go ahead and see what else we got here. Got a couple of videos from Michael Martins here. One is maximizing your POTA success, finding the perfect location. Michael is a POTA guru. If it's about POTA, he knows it. And this is a great video because it's so easy to, number one, it's in some places, in some states like Wisconsin, he's blessed with a number of state parks. I don't have that many very close to me down here. Okay. So that's one of the things I to go on a hunt and try to find some, but they're not readily available to me down here. But Michael has a lot of them. But not just going to a park, but you want to go to ones that are going to go ahead and you want to find, especially if you're going to do like an end-fed half wave, okay, and if you're going to use carabiner or not carabiner, if you're going to use weight and throw up some line and get your antenna up in the air. You want to find areas where propagation is good. So Michael goes into a lot of stuff in this. It's a video I highly recommend you watch. Especially he knows exactly where to go for these because he's been doing this for a long time. So definitely some great advice from Michael on that one here. Okay, now this is you guys got to watch this. Okay, if you guys have watched Mike K8MRD, I'll always call him that, and then Frank, Mike did a video on how to tank radio break my laptop. So you need to watch that. It's just always a lot of smiles when that comes to pass here. Tiny radio, big features. Review the TID radio H35 watt handheld. Okay, and again, you know these TID radios, you definitely want to pay attention to them. I personally think, for me, I get a lot more out of these radios than the Balfungs. I really do, and I think they make a great product. And you definitely want to go ahead and check this video out. Now, here's a brand new video that came out by Michael. I haven't had a chance to watch this. He calls it 3 Antenna Showdown. It's a POTA road trip. I activate 3 new to me parks while using different antenna at each one. Right along with me for an epic parks on the air activation, so we find out which antenna will be the best. Okay, and of course, Michael puts together great videos. And you definitely want to watch this. I'm looking forward to watching it. I got this out there right before we hit airtime tonight. I didn't have a chance to watch it, but I wanted to get it out there so you guys can go ahead and see that. So, and one of the things, again, if you guys, and that's it as far as news is concerned tonight. But definitely share this video with other people. Tell them about it, because I go out there when I repost things and I get things out there. Yeah, I do put some personal things like my grandchildren, and brag about my wife, of course. But I want to get stuff relevant to you out there for the ham radio community, so you guys can learn if there's anything educational to get that out there. Oh, Chris, that is Chris, you're gonna love that. You are absolutely gonna love that. And Sergeant Rock, the ID52A is a fantastic radio. I don't have it; it's on my list. But the Kenwood THD75 is another fantastic radio. But it's just that price point on that radio is just wow for me. I'm just wow. Yeah. It's just I don't know what to say. I really don't. And Prep and Paul, thank you. I'm sure, like I said, if you have any suggestions for videos that you would like to see on the Tundra, let me know. I'd be happy to do a video on that if there's something that you need to know about. I'm done. I've taken a deep dive and I've learned so much about it. Of course, I got a lot more to go, but definitely, if you have some questions, feel free to go ahead and email me. So, and Sergeant Rock, glad to see you here tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. Again, the whole thing, the reason that I'm doing these Wednesday shows, at first, for about several months, we interviewed all the big names in ham radio. Okay, we interviewed Josh, we interviewed Jason, Mike, T.O., countless others out there, Michael Martins, Bob from HOA Ham. We got a lot of what I consider some of the great people in ham radio today that I've learned a lot from, and I wanted to get them on the show. And those are some great videos. And we're gonna get back to doing some of that as well too. But I think the format that I really like is being able to share the news and updates with you guys. I think it's important. I think in a lot of these videos, a lot of videos that come out, and I try to be discerning before I actually go ahead and put some of these videos out here, because I want you guys to be able to, it's always a choice. And, I want to try to help you make a better choice, not necessarily a better choice, but a choice that's going to help you when you go out. Okay. When you're going out, and if you're doing POTA, or if you're going out, just doing DX, or if you're going out doing FTA, whatever you guys are doing, or if you're at home, I want to make it easier for you. And that's the whole reason that I created the channel. And I wanted to make it fairly straightforward and simple. That's the whole premise behind the channel. So, Dr. Ted, yes, get one. Okay. I have one. I absolutely, positively love it. It's one of my favorite handhelds. And see, and here's the thing for me. And thank you for bringing that up. I'm not a fan of the Yaesu menu system. I like Yaesu radios. I'm not a fan of their menu system, but I actually have found the menu system on the FT5D to be very, very good, very responsive. It is super easy to program this radio. I did buy the software to do that, and I forget the name. It escapes me. Somebody maybe in the chat can drop that. I bought that when I bought the radio. I actually got the radio on sale last year at Christmas time. I think HRO and Gigaparts had $100 off on it, and it was an absolutely fantastic deal. It has worked so well. RT System, thank you, Prep and Paul. Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for stopping by tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Dr. Ted, good seeing you. Chris, congratulations on your new radio. Prep and Paul, I'll see you on my Tundra Nation Basics channel as well. Sergeant Rock, thank you for stopping by. Reed Abbas, thank you for stopping by as well tonight. John Hummel Newell, thank you always. Thank you for stopping by again too. Appreciate each and every one of you who take the time out on your Wednesday evenings to spend a half hour or so with us as we go over a lot of the news and the updates going on in the ham radio community. As always, guys, remember, it's a great day to make a QSO. 7 3s, everybody. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. See you next Wednesday.